everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Danika Chaudhary. I am working as a head in AC and Biomedical Engineering Department and Diploma Studies at Parul University. Let me tell you, Parul University is leading provider of innovative graduates in India. Today we are presenting webinar on innovation and social entrepreneurship by Dr. Ashish Soti sir. And Dr. Ashish sir has extensive experience and known for implementing quality management system by innovative concepts to education system and industries. He is the voice of innovation among students for development of society. Most of organization he served had significant growth in terms of profitability. And now he is on a mission to help students, entrepreneurs and professionals to solve their problems with systematic innovation. So now I will turn the time over to Dr. Ashish sir. Welcome sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm audible?
Yes sir, you are audible.
Okay. So, first of all, I congrats the Parul University to organize session on innovation and social entrepreneurship. I also thank the coordinator of the event, Professor Donika Chaudhary and Professor Vibhuti Patel, to go ahead and for an issue which is of real concern for today's society. As already discussed by Professor Chaudhary about me, I am around 25 years of experience in different academic institutes, and now on a mission to transform education through innovation. So it is almost a new startup kind of company what I started and registered, and we are on a mission to help students, entrepreneurs, academic professionals, and other professionals to solve their problem by systematic innovation. Before we go into that thing, because today's topic is confined to innovation and social entrepreneurship, and it is focused on the students. So we will be proceeding with this, and let us proceed and go ahead with this. Welcome to all who have joined this session. So, what is the link between innovation, entrepreneurship, and social opportunity? If you try to think about this, say innovation is something, a kind of idea which is coming to your mind, and if there is some problem you are seeing in a society, what you can solve as an engineering student, as a professional student, or any responsible citizen of the country. If you see anything around you and you see that there is something what you can do, you may have some idea. So from the society, you try to find out where the opportunity is there, how I can improve the situation. Maybe you can improve the situation of labor who is working in fields. You can increase the situation of the sweepers. You can improve the situation of any kind of elderly persons or the women who are residing alone and having number of issues. You can think about the students who are staying away from their parents' house and trying to get maybe a routine kind of regular food what they used to get at their home. So that kind of problems you can identify, and that will become identification of a social opportunity. And then you innovate means you'll have some idea that how I can solve this problem. So if you have any idea, it can be any technical idea, it can be a small product or a small service which comes to your mind. So that is innovation is coming, and when you club this together, then you will have an opportunity to be an entrepreneur. So social opportunity backed with innovation will can make you entrepreneurs. But entrepreneurs itself is very challenging thing, because you have to now bring that dream into reality. What you are trying to solve the problem, you want to take it to the reality. So that is what there is direct link between social opportunity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And mind well, if you are solving the problem of society, you are going to be the worth of a real entrepreneur, and your growth can be of any cannot have any limit. Innovations and entrepreneurship are two closely related words used in business. Innovation is applying your creativity to come up with a unique idea or solutions. Like you see the case of Ola, that is Ola cars. What they are doing, they do not. They are not the kind of thing what they have found out. They find out there is an opportunity. All are not able to hire the taxis, so they have come out with a unique idea, and that idea is solving now the person of many of the citizens. So that kind of ideas, like delivery of the foods at your place. So these all kind of ideas. When you have any unique idea, you can convert it into a business. Entrepreneurship, by contrast, is applying the innovation to bring that idea into life. Now you have an idea, you have seen some problem, you have an idea, now you give the life to that idea is basically entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship needs a lot of formalities, government regulations, rules and regulations to do the businesses to be followed. Entrepreneurs grabs the opportunity to cash in on the innovation. The, the business, they build business and propel the innovation forward. So the next stage of innovation is entrepreneurship. So many times, normally, sorry, normally what we see in the institutes, what is my experience is that we do a lot of project. It may be a diploma level, degree level, or MBA level course, or any kind of course. You used to do. We all used to do a number of projects. When we are doing projects, we have a lot of opportunities. We try to solve or build something new. But the problem happens when we do not convert it into an entrepreneurship or an idea which can be really convertible to the real life. So that is what the entrepreneurs pick up such kind of idea and they move it forward. Progress depends on entrepreneurship, and great entrepreneurs even richer than great innovators. This keep to be mind that innovators many times are unable to be entrepreneurs. So if you can put forward your innovative ideas, then you can become an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs mostly are the persons. You must have been seeing many of the programs which are coming on different shows where venture investors are coming to pick up your idea and give you the funding for the thing. And what is the reason of it? Because they want investment, and through that investment they are going to nurture your idea, but they are going to earn more than you, right? So that is a limitation. If you are only innovator but you are not able to convert it into an enterprise, then your growth is going to be a little bit limited. How an entrepreneurs make is what is the becoming process of an entrepreneurs. So you do not initiate, you are at zero level. When you start, you have makers are someone who have some things, but they do not have ideas. They do not identify the problems. Innovators are the person who have a problem to solve. Keep in mind, innovators are problem solvers. Innovators are problem solvers, maybe from the technology, maybe from the service, maybe from a product industry, maybe from a service industry, but they have idea. And then when idea convert into an opportunity, the opportunity means they try to see that what is going to be the feasibility, desirability, and then validate it, that whether this is going to be a venture which can be successful, whether we can have sufficient number of customers. So sometimes if you have only innovations, you have an idea, you may have some technology, but there is no market for it, so you cannot sell your idea. So that can be a limitation for it. So that is what entrepreneurship is basically taking care of, or taking input from the innovation. That is the relationship between innovation and entrepreneurs. Now, for those who want to start thinking, you can think of why this man is wearing helmet when he is fishing. You can think of those who are in the meeting. They can think of and write down why this person can wear the helmet. What can be the reasons? This is starting of generating of an idea. Why he wants to wear the helmet? So there can be many reasons, and your innovation start coming here because this is very unusual thing. If you see something unusual, innovative ideas start coming. So what can be the reason for it? So it's an exercise to start with how to build in innovations, how to start creating ideas. So those who are there in the meeting can note down and think of the reasons why this happened. And similarly, when you go around, you see anything is strange in the life here and there, near your society, in your house, in any of the place where you visit, in any temple, in any of the place of worship, or anywhere you go and you see something strange, try to find out why, and that will may give you some idea. So this is how why he is wearing the helmet kind of exercise. You can try to solve it, and you can generate. If you would have been in the live session, we would be more interactive. But let us proceed further. Now we are discussing some of the. I am giving you some of the tools for idea generation, right? So in trying to confine a lot many things in this brief session of around an hour, this is almost I am trying to condense what we used to teach around in 40 hours. So first idea generation tool is Scamper. It is substitute, combine, adapt, maximize or minimize, put to other use, eliminate, rearrange or reverse. So how you generate the idea? The first tool what I am giving is Scamper. First thing is substitute. What element of this product or service can be substitute? You have a product. You may want to modify washing machine. You may want to modify the car what you're using. So these are the possibilities how you can generate ideas. Okay, so this is why this is idea generation tool. Substitute. You can substitute one element of the product or service with another element to create a new idea. You can combine different elements maybe from one other product to this product, and you can have a different product. That is how the features of a product is modified by using electronics gadgets or electronics control systems in like in washing machines. Adapt. What idea from elsewhere can be altered or adopt? Try to see from other industries. Don't be confined. This is very fundamental of idea generation concept, and great thing to understand. Normally, suppose I am a mechanical engineer, or say madam is in electronics engineering, or some of you may be in biotechnology, or some of you may be of computer science and engineering. Try to find out solution from other domain. That is the fundamental of idea generation. Try to see, don't just confine your knowledge to your domain. Maybe the similar problem has been solved somewhere else, at some other place. That is the fundamental. Maximize or minimize. How can we greatly enlarge or greatly reduce a component? How small or big a component can be made to change the design of the system? Put to other use. What completely different use can we have for our product? Eliminate. What elements of the product or service can be eliminated? That is normally what you say the lean kind of design, lean designing. So you can reduce that. What are the non value adding things in the product or services? By eliminating this, maybe like you can simplify your design for a product, or you may simplify or reduce the time of a service. Maybe like in a hospital industry, maybe in a restaurant industry, you can reduce the elements which are taking a lot of time but not giving any value addition from the customer point of view. So you can eliminate those elements. That is normally what we used to do in the banking segment, especially when you see that you know, small private banks are performing better than many of the government banks, because they are trying to modify their services by eliminating unnecessary steps, or by automation, or by digitalization. rearrange or reverse. How can we rearrange the product or reverse the process? So this is again, can we do something to reverse the things, and will it give you a new product or a different thing or a different feature that can also be taken care of? So this is the first idea generation tool which you should try to apply at least one of the product. Try to see for an exercise that any of the product, if you want to, or service you want to make modify its design, try to use this tool. And you can share, if you really got something worthwhile, you can share it. We'll publish it at the appropriate platform with modification and the requirements. Another idea generation technique which is used in industries is six hats. This activity consists of six hats, and each of them have their own purpose behind them. Each of the hats has a specific colors and that correlate with the meaning of the hat. The colors are white, blue, red, black, yellow, and green. So there are six color hats. What is the purpose of it? So people wear different hats, different color hats. White hat thinker. Now thinking is divided into different kind of pattern. That is what we are doing under six hat thinking process. White hat thinkers, they signify the data and only focus on the fact. This is a logical thinker. You know that there are two parts of the mind, logical and emotional. So we used to say that we use only 10% of our mind, and at the most the maximum used mind's percentage is 10%, and more we study, more we become logical. So when we talk about the white hat thinker, they are basically they are basically focused on data. They are logical, all logical. So they think only in the logical direction. Blue hat thinkers generate an outline and set goals for the group to strive for. They are like moderator or controller the group. Red hat thinkers see how everyone is feeling about the idea and seeks their own intuition about idea. So try to see that all are involved and their what are their feelings about the idea. Black hat thinkers, the negative thinker, whatever you see is going to always going to oppose you. So always you'll have a black hat thinker to always opposing what you are giving solution. Yellow hat thinker, the positive thinker, showing why each idea are useful and helpful. Green hat thinker, thinking outside the box. What makes, what can be a possible idea? Think of, this is again an exercise as I discussed, I initiated also. Old age couples staying along without any of their children, no one to take care. Is it a problem? Don't you think this is a social problem which is now entering in our society? India is also going to face such kind of situation. They are already facing in certain of the cities where their children are abroad, or even they are not abroad, maybe they are staying in some different cities, and the old age couples are staying alone and they do not have their children to take care of. So they many of their daily routine works are being affected because of it. And can you solve this problem? Can it become an opportunity? Can you be an entrepreneur to solve this problem? Student staying without their parents for education purpose face problems of homemade food. Female traveling alone feel unsafe. India is still not that safe. In many of the cities, you will find out that still females are not feeling comfortable when moving along. So that is what the kind of problem is. What can be the solution? Can we come out with some solution? Can we make some device? Can we provide some service? Can we make some kind of security devices for this kind of situation? So that is another opportunity. Air pollution is at dangerous level, especially like I stay in Delhi NCR region. So always we keep on seeing that schools, colleges are closed because of pollution problem. So how can we think of any of the product? Can we think of any of the service or any of the problem issue where we can solve the problem of air pollution like innovative method? Children are getting addicted to mobile phones. Is it a problem? It has become a compulsion because of COVID. But now this is the biggest problem because different kind of disease are starting appearing among the children who are facing lot of who are always using mobile, and lot of radiation is coming out of it, and all kind of distraction which was not there in the earlier generation is coming. Increasing traffic on the roads, it's a big problem. You waste more time to travel, and that's why more of digitalization is coming into the picture. So you can think of what can be the solution to this. Can we have all offices at the home? Can all of us work from the home and can produce better results? Corruption is a big threat to the society. How to curb it? So can we stop the corruption? Electronics waste disposal, biggest because of more use of electronics device. Parking of vehicles, reduce of use of plastics. So these are all the problems. I have just given you some of the problems. You can start thinking and you can think of how to do solve these problems, or you can identify more problems. Okay, and let us come to what kind of innovations are there. Innovation is your creative thinking. You're thinking out of box. You're thinking what normal people are not thinking. So there are some kind of innovations. It is based on that what kind of market is there and what kind of product is there, right? So if I am going to the same if I am going to the existing market, you can have incremental innovation. If you are approaching new market with the same product, you can have architectural innovation. If you have new product in existing market, it is disruptive innovation. And the fourth and the most difficult innovation is known as radial innovation. That is when you are having a new product and launching in a new market. So it can make it great changes. Now, normally people has a thinking or a limitation that innovation cannot be built in, or innovation cannot be systematic. Innovation is by chance. Innovation is happens in dreams. So that is not the fact. Fact is that innovation can be taught, innovation can be built, and innovation can be a part of our regular thinking process. We can build in innovation, and we can design the product, we can modify, we can do all kind of innovation based on how much we are having knowledge of innovation. So we can have all kind of innovation and we can systematically solve the problem of any society. That is what is my view on this. Now there are different kind of frameworks. What can be the different kind of innovation? You can talk about innovation in configuration. You can talk about innovation in offering. You can have innovation in experiences. So these three kind of innovations normally are possible in any of the product or service industry. So configuration means you can talk of profit model, you can talk of network, how to connect more persons to create value, how to maximize your profit, what structure you can align, you can have a process innovation. So this is all under configuration innovation. So you can have this kind of innovations. You can have this kind of innovation under configuration. You can have offerings. You can have different kind of offerings. Product performance, product system offering. You can have experience, service experience, channel experience, brand experience, customer engagement. So these are the places where innovation can increase your profitability or share in the market. This is for the especially for those kind of industries or the product or process industry which are there in the market, which are already there in the market. but they are unable to capture good growth. They are unable to capture sustainability in the market. They are not sure whether in future they are able to survive in the market or not, or whether they are unable to expand their businesses. On all these situations, you can have these many kind of possibilities where innovation can improve your situation. It all depends on the analysis of the present situation, and accordingly you can suggest as an innovator. I want all of our new generation to be more and more innovative in thinking. So you can think of innovation in these segments. If you are especially joining an industry and you're finding that how to improve yourself as a brand in the company, then you can think of innovating on any of this domain. Who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who does not expect compensation until he has created value for someone else. So normally when we talk about entrepreneurs, people think of it as something very strange. But now that's very simple, and you see the right way of defining. They do not expect something if they have not created value. So money is automatic output of exchange of value. So if you give you any services or product which is valuable for others, the exchange is for money, and that become your business. So entrepreneur is someone who will not expect compensation until he has created value for someone else. So do keep in your mind, especially when you are doing any kind of social entrepreneurship, create value, create value, and you will get business. Entrepreneurs is someone who takes resources from lower level of productivity and raise them to the higher level. This is another way to define it. So whenever we talk about entrepreneurs, it improves. The purpose of entrepreneurship is to increase productivity. And my experience is that many of the entrepreneurs are not at this level till now. Especially if we'll talk about in terms of innovation, how to innovate. People do not invest on innovation. People do not invest to learn or implement innovation. They keep on inventing on different systems, but they do not invest on their mind, because their mind is free. It is coming to them as free. But they purchase anything by exchange of money, then they give it more value to this. So what is required to be focused? Required to be focused, use your mind to the best extent, and that is what is will give you increase of productivity. An increase of productivity will definitely give you better share in the market and profitability in the market. The role of entrepreneurs is to promote innovation and creating exchange change in economics by introducing new product and processes. So entrepreneurs change the thinking. They can create new products, they can create new processes, and that's why they are very valuable for the society. Entrepreneur is a process of discovering and acting the previously unnoticed and often marginal profit opportunities. Sometimes, many times, you'll find out that maybe a small project you have developed, but it has not been commercialized. And you can find out then, and someone will come and try to pick up that and then convert it into a business. A person who habitually creates and innovates to build something of recognized value and perceived opportunity is an entrepreneur. Why people are talking so much about entrepreneurship? All not only institutes, even you see the government policies are now more focused towards entrepreneurs. Government is trying to see that how entrepreneurship become easier in the country, because it create it is the development of an entrepreneur is the development of society. It is the purpose is growth, innovation, employment, equity. All the problems you talk about, any government or any of the institute is facing, The solution of all is there in the entrepreneurship. So why not you start learning? In turns, entrepreneurs can contribute to economic development through high growth enterprise, or as in the case of necessity driven entrepreneurs, through enterprise that can serve as an important source of income and employment for vulnerable population. So it can serve the society, it can serve the purpose of running the governments. Even you can sell your product and services outside if you innovate, and that will give value or the money to the nation. So that's all are the reasons. So I'll not go in the more of the definitions. Why people want to decide to be an entrepreneur? What is the reason why people want to be entrepreneur? The first and foremost normal logic people says be your own boss. You do not want any boss. You do not want anyone who is coming and telling you do this, that, do that, or something. So that is one of the reason that many of the people want freedom of their life. So that's why they believe that they can be their own boss. No else can be their boss. Pursue their own ideas. Second reason of people start their own firm is to pursue their own ideas. Some pupils are naturally alert, and when they recognize the idea for a new product or service, they have a desire to see those ideas realize. Corporate entrepreneurs who innovate within the context to an existing firm typically have a mechanism for their ideas to become known. So, in you're working in an established firm, you generate some idea. Some idea is coming, but your idea is not taken up by your boss. They do not want to diversify because of many of the reason, right? So this may be a reason. You have some idea and you want to see that idea is going to realize in real life. You want to give life to that idea, so you start to pursue your own idea. So that is what is can be the second reason, or one of the reason for deciding to be an entrepreneur. Pursue financial rewards. Yes, financial rewards. People say it's risky. Yes, entrepreneurship is risky, I'm sure. And all of you must be reading a lot of literature where you find that 80 to 90% entrepreneurs or the startups are closing. But at the same time, it is one of the most rewarding career. So if you at least earn 10 to 15 times more than your regular income, if you are going to pursue a idea and you are able to convert it. Aspiration gaps. What are aspiration gaps which may be a reason for the people to be entrepreneur? All of us some aspirations which are made up of our most important goals, objectives, ambitions, and longings. Our aspirations vary because they are influenced by our values, abilities, experiences, families, and individual circumstances. Your circumstances can be very different from mine. One's family values and system can be different from others. So these all things give a kind of aspiration. It is a theory behind building of aspiration. For the people who have strong aspirations and are insisted that certain aspirations are met, their aspirations become their driving force. So certain aspirations, if they are unmet, if there are some strong aspirations you want to go something, but that is not happening, then you definitely go for this aspiration gap purpose. You can be an entrepreneur. What can be the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur? Motivation and emotion, behavior characteristic, and personal attributes. You can classify in three categories, and you can build it. Mind well. You can build all these things. If even if you are not having, you can cultivate this all things in you. Why motivation and emotions? Our motivations come from heart as well as from head. And so it is not surprising that psychologists links motivation and innovation together. In many ways, it is the motivation and emotion of the entrepreneurs that give them a special kind of drive and purpose that marks them out of rest of us. It is how they keep on going and win through when lesser people would give up. Normally, theory of entrepreneurship is very challenging. Its practical application is very challenging. Theory may be easy because when you start doing something, a lot of problems will start coming. And normally, people, anyone is known after he or she is successful after doing a good business. But what is the story behind success? What is the things? What are the path of success, roadmap of the success that is required to be understood? Behavior characteristics which can definitely you can build: preservations and determination. You should have determination. Come what may, you keep on moving. Ability to take calculated risks. You have to take risks as an entrepreneur. Need to achieve. You should be focused. That goal is there. I need to achieve that. Initiate and taking responsibilities. Take responsibility. Orientation to clear goal. Creativity, honesty and integrity, independence. These all are needed. And if it is not there, you can have some business games. You can have different kind of tools and techniques to develop these all. This can be developed. Maybe it takes some time, but it can be developed. You may add many more things. I'm not going to this. What make one successful? You should be passionate about the business. You should be passionate. Yes, you are going to be successful, and you are doing it for the purpose. That purpose should be met. Why patient? Patient make you able to learn and iterate. A willingness to work hard for an extended period of time. Ability to overcome setbacks and no's. The ability to listen to feedbacks on the limitation of your organization and yourself. Preservation and persistence when going gets tough. It going off getting tough, but don't be worried. Attentive despite failures, so failure should not break you. Product and customer focus. A real entrepreneur should be product and customer focus. So try to be very clear. If only you are focusing on the product without focusing on the customer, you are not going to succeed. Or if you are only focusing on the customer and you are not aware of your product completely, then also you are not going to be successful. So you have to take a combination of product and customer focus. Your product should satisfy the requirement of the customer, then only you are going to survive. It may be a product or service, I am again repeating. If it satisfies the customer requirement, then only you are going to be successful. The concept like design thinking is getting a lot of popularity because of this theory. You have to focus your customer. Execution intelligence is needed to make you successful. The ability to fashion a solid idea into a viable business is a key of characteristic of successful entrepreneurs. The ability to effectively execute a business idea means, now what are the things what you are supposed to do as a business? That is already, if you'll see this, it will be clear. Developing a business model. So after you generate the idea, you have tested the idea, you have to see now how you give life to it. So you have to develop a business model. What kind of business model you are going to adopt? Putting together a new venture teams, raising monies, establishing partnerships, managing finance, leading and motivating employees, and so on. It also demands the ability to translate through creativity and imagination. So execution is very important. Some of the myths about entrepreneurs, some of the things, some of the constraints what we have in our mind. Normally, it's from the society. It's coming to our mind. First one is entrepreneurs are born, not made. So it has been challenged many times, and now it is almost established that entrepreneurs are not born; they can made. They can be made. Entrepreneurs are gamblers. I'll tell you one of the theory which will change this definition. Theory of inventive problem solving. Entrepreneurs are not gamblers. They can take calculative risks. They can do calculative innovations. They can change the organization's thinking process. Entrepreneurs are motivated primarily by money. This is another myth that entrepreneurship is mainly focused on money. It is not the case. Entrepreneurship is more focused on value creation for the society. So, if you are creating value for the society, and if you know that you can create the value for the society, money is automatic outcome. Money is going to come to you. Entrepreneurs should be young and energetic. That is again a myth. So entrepreneurs can be any. You can find out many of the entrepreneurs who has started to work as an entrepreneur in the age of around 60 and 65, and they are highly successful. Entrepreneurs loves the spotlight. This is another thing. People think that entrepreneurs want that there should be too many persons. They want to be celebrated. It is not like that, because real entrepreneur is problem solver. They try to pick up the problem and solve it through the service or the product. What is a business idea? A business idea is a concept that can be used to make money. Usually, it centers on the product or service that can be offered by money. What should be the key characteristics? I am not going through the complete slide. The key characteristics of a business idea should be: it should be relevant, it should be innovative, it should be unique, it should be clear focused, it should be profitable in long term. Okay, it should be innovative, unique, clear focused, and profitable. A business opportunity, on the other hand, is a proven concept that generates ongoing income. In other words, a business opportunity is a business idea that has researched upon, refined, and packed into a promising venture that is ready to launch. So, idea create opportunity, but opportunity is something which is going to say the detailed analysis of your idea. Okay. What are the phases of entrepreneurs? If you want to be entrepreneur, first is idea generation, second is opportunity evaluation, third is planning, fourth is company formation and launch to make it legal, and then growth. So this is briefly, I have just given you 5-step process, but in every of the process there is a, you can say, encyclopedia inside it, or from the execution point of view you can have a small some of the guidance you can take from some of the professional to how to go ahead. For example, even as a student, if you are at the idea generation stage, so you can see that your idea should be able to convert it into an opportunity. So this much phase of the work at least you should be able to do during the student project, especially when you are doing the technical projects. That at that stage you should be able to create an idea, and you should be able to evaluate the opportunity, maybe with the help of someone who can help you better. Identify idea, concept validation, demo plan, customer validation, and growth plan. This can be again one of the way to go along with the journey of entrepreneurship. You first identify the idea, evaluate idea, resource idea, align to business model, balance portfolio, concept validation, determine investment, validate viabilities, demo plan, proof of concept, validate hypothesis, adapt quickly, customer validation, establish customer value, hands-on use of product, learn from the metrics, plan to commercialize, develop product that can scale. So this is the journey map. Source of business idea, how these ideas can be generated. I have given you roughly that you can see around the society here and there, and you can find out some of the problems. Then problems can create some ideas. More focused thing is you can think about three categories: changing environment trends. So environment is changing. What is changing in environment trends? You can see it. It can be any kind of environment. It can be business environment. It can be any kind of environment. So what are changing in environment trends? Like you are seeing the education system is going more of on online than offline. So these all things is happening. So what are changing in the environment? Read it, study it thoroughly to see that what are the ideas. Unsolved problems. There are many problems which are unsolved. You can attack on the unsolved problem to generate idea. Gaps in the market. Do not think that you cannot compete any of the big giants like Amazon. You can think of creating or reaching to some of the customers where Amazon is not able to reach, or trying to pick up the products which Amazon is not going to pick. So you can think of or identifying the gaps in the marketplace. So maybe you can be very good in your city, maybe in a small village, maybe for a product which Amazon is not listed on their product catalog. So you can compete with anyone if you have a clear cut gap analysis of the market. This is another exercise for you. Multi-purpose items. Do you think these are multi-purpose items? If you have a fork, how it is used for? What can be the use of it? You can open cans. Can you comb hairs with the fork? You eat foods, that is normal use. You can mix ingredient, many things you want to mix it. You can mix well with the fork than in a spoon. You can clean the pans, or so many, right? So just try to see. I have given you some of the things for your exercise. What are the use of rubber boots? What are the use of jams? What are the use of toothbrush? What are the use of newspapers? Think of. You will get generate a lot of idea. Share with us. Share with us, and try to get many rewards out of it. This is another tool, mind map. So, if you want to see how the ideas can be generated, let us say that how the health problems, or what kind of health problems can be there. So, health problem can be because of stress. It can be because of stress. The reason may be because of sleepiness. It can be because of diet. It can be because of some exercise you're not doing, or what kind of things. Now try to see. Go more you go into the depth, the more your profitability can be there. Because if you are an expert doctor of a particular disease, then you usually charge more, right? So that is what you can talk about. Like for exercise, you can go for aerobics, you can go for bikes. Now how bikes can be helpful for solving the health problem can be a target market for you. How treadmills can be help you to be healthy, that can be a market for you. How regular exercise or comfy mattresses can help you to sleep better, to improve your health, can be a market for you. So this is this mind map kind of tool. You can find out many of the free tools available, free of cost. You can use tools for mind mapping, and then you can create many ideas in any of the particular domain you want. You can go diversify in the domains, and you can use it. You can use many tools. You can use Quora.com to find out what problems people are facing. So out of those problems, you can identify the possible market. There are many methods. Mind map, one what I have shown you. Brainstorming is another. 5 whys, reverse brainstorming, star busting, customer need analysis, and RWW stream. RWW is highly used. Real worth win. If your product or service has real worth, it is going to win. Real worth win. So real worth, if it's your product or service is of real worth, it is going to win. So there is a questionnaire, set of questionnaires that you are supposed to reply to apply RWW screen. Okay, so you can go through these all the things maybe later on if you are having some. I think the time issue will come, so you can go through these details later on. You can use customer need identification, different kind of customer need classification. Then you can analyze. You can screen with WWRWW, what I have told you. It looks like something like this. Is it clear? Can we win it? Is it worth it? I'm just reading part of it. Second part, you can try to search it out, Google it, or you can see from the other sources. Is the market real? Is the product real? That is, you are trying to understand about the market, about the product. Can we win? Can the product be competitive? Can our companies be competitive? Will the product be profitable, or are we going to make it scale up the business? So this is going to be the next level of RWW. Feasibility studies we normally do to see that real feasibility studies are large number driven and can be far more in depth than business plan. When you have a business plan, it's a brief one, but feasibility study is in depth. Its ultimate test the viability of an idea, a project, or a business. A feasibility study may become the basis of the business plan, which outline the actions steps. Feasibility study allows a business to address where, how, when, all kind of questions are applied when we'll do the feasibility study of the business. So these are the things: economic feasibility, technical feasibility, operational feasibility, and schedule feasibility. You can divide your feasibility in four components and analyze whether your product or service is going to be feasible or not in these four segments: economics, technicality, operationals, and schedule. That what is the right time or what is the resources you need. Who else can be your competitor? You can use this model as well as. One is your direct competitor, that the same customers, they have same customer and same solutions. They are direct competitor. They have different solutions, but same customers. So that is type 2. Third is they have same solutions, different customers. So out of this, you have to see if you are going to go for competitor analysis in the market, then this kind of tool is required to use. Another useful tool is Porter's 5 force model. I am not going to discuss it in depth here, but this is basically to see that how I am going to compete in the market. If I am entering in the market, who are the potential entrants? What is the bargaining power of the buyers? What is the bargaining power of the suppliers? Threat or substitute of that goods and service, power of complementary goods and providers. So this can really see that how can be the intensity of industry liability in the particular segment you are entering as an entrepreneur. So you can face competitions from different things, and you have to compare in aspect of these: who are potential entrants, bargaining power of buyer, bargaining power of suppliers, substitute goods and services. Sometimes some goods and services you are entering is, if it completely change the technology, everything is going to vanish. So you are not your complete money is going to be wasted. You can do SWOT analysis. You must have studied many places. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. This also you can do before moving forward with the business. Is there scope of social enterprise? Yes, many. If you'll see, you'll find out many applications in our country also. Bangalore, that is, maybe most of you are from Gujarati, you must be knowing straw. That is, they are using it as a flood in the flood prone zones. They use it to see that water is being absorbed. This is one of the thing which has been used. New methods, Saral Designs, Mumbai based startup of making sanitary pads. Husk Power, biomass electricity. They are converting from biomass, creating electricity and serving small villages in Bihar. So it's a like a Mool model. You can see the Mool model. The farmers are producing and farmers are the business owners. So social entrepreneur, you can find out many. There is vast scope. they differ in their focus, resources, approach, and organization structure they created. They can be classified at local game changers. So you can change the game by being a social entrepreneur. They can be public goods provider. I have given them so many names here, which are all there existing. They can be social informers, they can be ecosystem builders, they can form, there are, can be different form of structures. You can go for NGO registration, you can go for revenue generated social ventures. Examples are already there like Cry, Childline, Goonj, Helpage, Pratham, Milap, hybrid venture, that is non-profit Mother Earth and for-profit industry craft, and social enterprise like Vatsalya Hospital. Corporates may also cultivate a sense of social responsibility through CSR. In India, the legal identity options for social ventures include public charitable trust, registered society, producers company, NBFC, LLP, and so many, right? There are other examples also like Surab Sochalre. You can find out many. I have given the mentioned the website also. So starting a venture through a map I have illustrated. You can see it that starting a venture you require you fix aims, employees, location, finance, marketing, identity. These all are there, and you can expand it to have a complete brainstorming of how to proceed with your venture. Now there is a theory of trade I am just introducing from the point of view of innovation, which is based on Alastor, the Russian scientist, and the theory says that my problem can be prism. You can use with the prism of trace, and you can try to see if the similar kind of problem has been solved elsewhere, and then try to get your solution of the problem. It is the theory based on patent system of US. Elesler studies around more than 2 lakhs of the patent and developed some of the standard principles to solve the contradictions in life. That is something which can give you really breakthrough problem solving approach. We are not going to discuss here completely because it's too much in depth. You can read further. I have given you some of the references. That's all. I suppose that much is the time allotted to me. And those who are interested can reach to me by the mail address which has been provided on the slides, all the slides. I have provided you the link, the email address. So, especially the students who are willing to go for innovation, the kind of venture I'm just speaking about it. My venture is basically for the promoting innovation in the society and solving the problem of society. It is more of solving the problem of society by innovation. So, if a student is facing some problems in the society and they want some kind of help, or they want to learn the innovation or to be innovator, or faculty members who are facing problem in their research or how to move ahead to innovate, or the business owners who are facing the problems to be more productive. So that kind of things we are developing. We are developing our online and offline modules on these courses, and you can approach us to get some of the help, which may be much more economical. And the main purpose of me to start this organization is to build a company which can be really valuable for the society. And thank you all for listening to me. I think the time is 1 hour is given to me, that is completed. So wish you all the best for your future prospects, and thanks the university also for giving me opportunity, and coordinators and all complete team of Parul University to give me an opportunity to interact with their audience. Thank you all.
Hello. Thank you, Ashish sir. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Most
Okay,
welcome.
sir.
Okay,
Have a
bye.
nice day, sir.
Thank you.